I'm going to write here some rough plan, and in what way I'm going to write it. Nearest prime. For example, I'm giving a prime number. Then the output is no problem here. If it is a prime number, the number is prime, then we are directly printing that number is the output. That's it, nothing else. This is the one case. Okay. The second case, for example, if it is 12, if it is 12, sorry, it is going to be 20, I think, 20. Okay. If it is 20, what is the nearest prime of 20? First of all, we have to find every time what is the left and what is the right prime for 20 here. Okay, in between how many in between that what are the left prime and what is the right prime of 20 we have to find. What is the left prime of 20? That is going to be 19. Okay, and the right prime is 23. In between these two numbers, the 20 is there, right? In between these two numbers, the 20 is there. Now we have to find which is the closest one, which is the closest number, 19 or 23. Definitely closest means what is the distance between this one and this one. This one is 1 and this one is 3. Then what is the closest one? Closest one is 19 is the closest one. That's why the output is 19 here. This is the one other case. Okay, and the second one, and the third one, if the input is 15, if the input is 15, 15 is in between 13 and 17. 15 is not a prime, first of all, 15 is not a prime, and it is in between 13 and 17. 13 and 17, then what is the distance? What is the closest distance for 15? Here also 2, here also 2. In this case, we have to print both the numbers, 13 and 17. We have to print both the numbers, that is 13 and 17. Okay, that's it. This is the three different cases when we are dealing with the prime number, nearest prime. Okay, we already know that how to write a prime logic using SQRT function, right? Using SQRT methodology. Now I am going to find what is my plan here. What is my plan? My plan is going to be check is n is prime. Check is n is prime. If it is prime, that means we are going to write inside. If it is not prime, that means else. Else we have to do it. Else we have only have to do it. If we are checking that if n is prime, just print that number. Print that number. That's it. That is the answer here. Print that number. Else, that means if n is not prime, I'm writing here. N is not prime. We have to write the logic. N is prime. Print that number. If n is not prime, we have to find left prime and right prime. To find left prime and right prime. This is not only the algorithm to find the nearest prime. Okay, we can write in a number of ways. Okay, I'm writing here. This is the way I'm writing now. That's it. I'm going to find left prime and right prime. Okay, I'm going to find left prime and right prime, and after that print nearest distance prime. Print nearest distance prime. That's it. This is my plan for the program. First of all, I'm going to write the header files here. How many values I'm going to read? I'm going to read only one value, that is number. That's it. I'm going to read it. 100% now. First of all, I am going to find is prime or not. Is prime functionality. Is prime of num. If I am writing in the if statement, if it is a prime, okay, if it is prime, there is no problem, right? The output is just simply printf %d comma num. That's it, nothing else. One step is done, right? Here I am checking that if check is number is prime. If it is a prime, then what I am doing here, I am going to print that number. That's it, nothing else. Just I am printing that number. That's it, nothing else. Then if it is yes, this is the main logic, right? Main logic here. This is the main logic. If it is not prime, that then only we have to write here. First of all, I am going to develop here is prime functionality. Int is prime of int num int I value for I is equal to 2, I less than equal to sqrt of num I plus plus. I am going to write here one more header file, that is math.h hash include math.h. Okay. Now I am going to write return if n mod I is equal to 0, then I am going to return 0. That is not prime, else it is a prime. That's it. This is the prime logic, is prime logic. Okay, is prime of num. This functionality is going to be every time if the given number is prime, it is going to be written 1. If it is not prime, it is going to be written 0. That's it, nothing else. Okay, that is the functionality. Here I am writing in the if condition, right? In the if condition. That's why here I am taking that some integer here. Okay, here it is the positive value or negative value. It is going to be treated as a, what I am passing here, if it is a prime, I am going to return 1. If of 1, yes, it is a prime and I am going to print it. Else, that means if it is returns 0, what do we have to do? First of all, I am going to check here up to now only. I am going to give some prime number. Yes, it is going to be print that number. That's it, right? Okay. Now I am going to give some 12. What is the output? There is no output at all. Okay, there is no output. Why? Because I am not developed anything here. I am going to develop here some logic. What I have to find now? I have to find left and right prime. This is the main task, right? Left and right prime of the number. Okay, while 1, I don't know exactly, while 1, I'm going to find here some L is equal to left prime, means it is going backward, right? N minus 1 and R is equal to N plus 1. I'm going to define, I'm going to go here. 1 is taken as left hand side number. That means, for example, N is equal to some 20. N is equal to some 25. For example, I am going to take here L is equal to 24 and R is equal to 26. The next number and the previous number of that number. I am going back here. Now I am going to check is 24 is prime. If it is not prime, I am going back. 23, 21, 22, 21, like that I am going back. Or 26 is prime? No, not at all. Then I am going forward direction, in the forward direction. Okay? In the forward direction, I am going like this. Yes, while true, it means it is going to be repeated every time. I'm going to find here only is prime of L. Is prime of L. I'm going to write here is prime of R. I'm going to find here is prime of L. For example, I'm going to write here if, just observe carefully what I'm writing here. If both are primes, just what I have to write here. I'm going to find it in a simple way. I'm going to find it in a simple way here. If any number is prime, for example, if any one is prime, I'm going to check both the numbers. Both the numbers are prime. For example, in the second way, if both are primes, I'm going to print both the numbers. That means L comma R. Okay, L comma R. I'm going to print both the values. Else if is prime of only L is prime of, if L is only prime, I'm going to print only L. Else if is prime of R, I'm going to check so many times, right? Just wait here. Some L is equal to RL is equal to is prime of, I'm going to, every time I am checking, this is not a good one, right? Some RR is equal to right prime and left prime and right prime. Left prime, this is left prime and this is a right prime. Instead of, I am going to check here LP and RP. Instead of this one also, I am going to write here some LP. Here also this is going to be an RP. I am going to print here that R. Else means if L is not prime, that means 24 is not prime and 26 is also not prime, right? Then what I have to do? I have to do L minus minus and R plus plus. What I am writing here, I am going to find here both are primes. For example, if both are primes, I am going to print the two numbers. If only left is prime, I am going to print left prime only. If RP is the prime, I am going to print RP only. Else, that means if L is not prime, R is not prime, and both are not prime, then what I have to do? I have to do here L minus minus and R plus plus. Then that means L is becomes 23 and R becomes 27 here. And I have to break every time. I have to break it every time. I have to break it. For all the 3 times, I have to break this loop. I have to break all the 3 times. Not in this case. In the all remaining cases, I am going to break the loop. Just I am going to execute it. Just L and I am going to take 2 values. So I think L and R. RP comma LP. I'm going to declare these values. What is this? Undeclared num. It is going to be a num here. I forget semicolon here. So many. For example, if it is 23, if it is 20, it is going to be print. It is going to be print 19 is the nearest prime. Then it is going to be print 19 here. For example, I am going to execute it again. It is going to be 15. It is going to be print 13 and 17 also. Okay. Again, I am going to check with, for example, 7. Is 7 is prime? Yes, the 7 is going to be printed here. No other issues. For example, I am going to give here some 14. So 14 is 13 is the answer. Okay. In this way, we are going to find the nearest prime. What I am writing the logic here, just observe. If the number is not prime, then I am moving into the loop here. I am going to find this is the left prime and this is the right number, right? Here I am taking that this is the previous number and this is the after number of that num. Previous number and after the number. I am going to take like this. This is going to be 24 and this is going to be 26. Okay? This is going to be 26. Then it is going to be check is 24 is prime, then it returns 0. Here also is 26 is prime, it is also written 0 here. That means the two numbers are not 0, not prime number. Now it is going to be check is both are prime numbers? No, not at all. Then it is moving here like this. Is LP is prime number? No, it is also not true. Is right is prime number? No, that is not true. Then what we have to do? I have to do 24 becomes 23 and 26 becomes 27. Okay, then it is moving like this. This is going to be 23 and this is going to be 27. Okay, now coming here, is left is prime? Is left is prime? Is left is prime? That means is 23 is prime? Yes. Is right is prime? That means is 27 is prime? No. That means 1 0 is the answer. Now it is going to be checked. Is both are prime? No, not true. Immediately I am checking that is left is prime? Yes. Then I am going to print the left prime and break the loop. Just break the loop. That means I am coming out of this loop. That's it, nothing else. Okay. Is program is understandable or not? Very simple logic. Very simple logic. We are writing the same logic here. Using this function only we are working. The same code every time. I am write the function for only one time. How many times I am using that same logic? One time, two time, three time. How many number of times I am using here? I am using here 3 number of times. That is the usage of the functions. What is the usage of function? Reusability, code reusability. If you don't know the point, just write down on the notebook. Functions concept. What is the use of functions? Functions main advantage is code reusability. Code reusability. That means if I don't know functions concept, I have to write the function concept here. I want to write all the 10 lines, all the 6 lines I am going to write here, and I write here, and I have to write here also. Okay, instead of that one I am writing a function. That means I put a block of statements in one concept, one block, and I am calling that function every time. Yes, is it easy or not? Using functions is a very easy thing. It is the use of code reusability. Just note down the logic, everyone. Note down the logic only, the main logic. What I am writing here, main logic. From the main logic, you have to write. I will share the whole code, but you have to write the main logic here. Just understand and write. Understand and write, okay? In this way, we are going to find nearest prime. We have to write the same thing also in the functions also. Now I am going to convert the total concept, the logic. So much logic we are writing the main function, right? And just convert that total code into functions, some nearest prime functions. Int nearest underscore prime. I'm going to pass two values here. First one is int L comma int R. Okay. I'm going to pass here two values, int L comma int R. Now I'm going to write here prime of nearest underscore prime of L comma R. I'm going to cut this total logic here. Logic here. Simply I'm going to place here. I'm going to print the logic. That's it. Is there any values I have to take? I have to take some LP comma RP. That's it. That's it. I'm going to pass here. Remaining everything is same, I think. I'm going to execute it. If it is 11, 11 is the output. If it is going to be 12, 11 and 13. Okay, 11, 13 is the output. So I'm going to give some 9, some 7 and 11. For example, if it is a 20, it is going to be 19. It is going to be 25, 23 is the output. Yes, working perfectly. Yes. Just look at the main functionality now. The main functionality is very clear, right? The main functionality is very clear. That's it. Very simple, right? If it is more understandable every time. This is the usage of functions. What is the two advantages of functions? First one is the code reusability, and the second one is the code is very good readability. Code has the quality as readability. That means here I am going to write. Yes, this is the variable declaration. Here I am reading the input. Okay. In the second line, in the third line, yes, we are calling one function. That means we are checking that is the number is prime or not. That's it. Is prime. We have to give the name also as perfect. Okay. As perfect. Is prime of num. That means is it finding? It is finding to is it the number is prime or not? Then it is coming. If it is not done, I'm going to find two numbers. Then I'm going to find the nearest of prime with L and R. That's it. Yes, the function has no return type. Why I am not returning anything? Why I am not returning anything? Here it is going to be print one time. It is going to be print one number, and sometimes it is going to be print two numbers. We don't know exactly, right? That's why I am printing only one. I am taking it as a void function. It is not returning anything. Okay. For example, you don't know. For example, if you miss a functions concept, for example, every day I am going to talk about only functions here. Only functions and how it is returning and how we are passing. Every day I am going to talk about these topics only. If you are absent for that day, you have to visit the video and we have to read and we have to practice and you have to come to the next class, right? If you absent, why? Because every day I am talking only the same things. What are the same things? Using function, how I am doing. Using function, the effective usage of functions, right? How many lines of main code here? The main code is nothing. That is only 10 lines, right? Here I am doing total functionality. I am going to divide the program into small functions, small parts, small blocks. That is the usage of function. Okay. For example, I am going to cut this to cut this 2. Here this is the only program. Okay, this is the only program here. If I am going to execute it, just listen here, just observe here. It is defined that undefined reference to is prime. Is prime is, that means is prime and nearest prime are not defined here, right? That is the error here. That is the error. That means, for example, I am going to save this one, some primes, just look at, I am going to just look at what I am saving here, in what variable I am in, how I am going to save this one. Just observe here, I am going to save here primes.h file. Okay, .h file, not C file I am saving. Here just observe here, it is in a red color and it is showing that C header file, that is not a source file. C header file, that is not a source file. That means, what is the header file? The header file is just a C program. Every time, just observe here, this is also math.h and stdio.h, right? Here also what they are doing, it contains some functions, right? It contains some functions. Here also it is contains some functions. Okay, in the .h file there is no main function. That means, if I am going to execute it, if I am going to execute .h files, it giving some errors here. Okay, why? Because it does not have any main functionality. For example, I am going to write that these two here also. For example, if I am going to execute it, source file not compiled. Just observe here, source file not compiled. Why it is not compiling? The function, it has no main function. It has no main function. That's why it is giving that type of error, source file not compiled. Okay, that means the .h files there is no main function. Write down the notebook. In .h files, in .h files there is no main function. If you want to execute .h files, it is going to give an error, source file not compiled. Okay, just note down these 2 points and write one more point here. How to create user defined .h files. How to create user defined .h files. Here stdio.h and math.h are predefined header files, right? Write down that one also. Here stdio.h and main.h, for example, stdio.h and main.h are predefined header files. These two are predefined header files. That means it is coming with the compiler. Okay, these two some other files, some other header files also they are coming with the compiler. But now we are going to create one header file named as primes.h. We have to save the file with extension .h. Note down that point also. We have to save the file with .h, not .c. We have to save the file with .h. There is no main function in the header files. Okay, now how to include this header file in here. If you observe here, this is the predefined header file. How I know it is a predefined header file? If you write the header file in between the angular brackets, between the angular brackets, it is going to be a predefined header file. Here now I am going to write here hash include within the double quotes. Within the double quotes I am writing primes.h. I am writing here primes.h. Within the double quotes it is going to be treated as a user defined header file. For example, if I am going to execute it, it is working normally. It works normally, no doubt about that. I am going to execute 12, the output is 11 and 13, the same thing, right? Here, how many lines the program, the total program contains only 19 lines, but the logic is not in the program. Now it is very, very clear, right? If I write like this, I can use in any program that this primes.h. Okay, just observe. I am opening mega.c. In mega.c also is prime functionality is there. Is prime functionality is there, right? Now I am going to delete this one and I am going to write hash include primes.h. For example, if I am going to execute it, just okay, some error is there. Hash include, sorry, some error right is there. If it is going to be some 23, yes, prime and mega prime. Is it working or not? Yes, it is working. We write that prime functionality in one header file and we are using that functionality in n number of ways. Okay, for example, I am going to cut this one also. I am going to place in the mega, I am going to place here the mega prime of n, right? Now also, just observe here. There is no functionality, there is no function definitions at all. If I am going to execute it without error, it is going to be working. Yes, it is not a prime. If I am going to execute it, some 43 prime, not a mega prime. Is it working or not? Yes, it is working. I am going to convert the programs into header files, right? Is the prime.h. That means all the functionalities of prime I am going to save in primes.h. That's it, simple. Is it understand or not, everyone? Is it understand or not? How I am going to create .h files? Just work with .h files. Now when you are writing, when I am writing that prime functionality, if I want any prime functionality, just I am going to directly write here this functionality and I am going to call that. That's it, nothing else. It is working as a predefined functionality, right? Now I am going to write here is prime of if every time. This is a user defined function in the user defined header file. Is it clear, everyone? Just note down this one. How I am writing this primes.h. If you are absent that day, I am going to post the every video in the YouTube, right? You have to listen that carefully and you have to practice it at least 30 minutes a day. You have to practice it. The C programming. What is the advantage of C programming means if you learn, if you understand it, it will never go from your brain. Okay. For example, if it is a Python is a very easy language and it comes very fast into brain and it's going out of the brain also, it is very fast. But C programming is not like that. If you understand the concept, if C is coming into your brain, it is impossible to delete. It remembers a long time, no doubt about that. A long impact is there, no doubt. But a heavy concept, heavy working. So much concept is there. If your friends, some of your friends are going into the Python class, right? For example, ask where they are. They are far away from us, no doubt about that. Why? Because the concept is very less in Python. But in C, the concept is very huge. Using functions concept is very, very huge in C. You have to use how they are working, how in CoCubes exam, in any competitive exam, how they are working with the functionalities, how they are asking the questions. That's why I am telling all the things. Okay, and the next question is twisted prime. Twisted prime. What is twisted prime? What is twisted prime means? If it is prime only, if it is not prime, that's it, nothing else. If it is a prime, I am going to reverse the number. I am going to check, is this prime? No, not at all, right? For example, I am going to take here 37. 37 is prime. 73 is also prime. Okay. Yes, 37 is prime, right? 37 is prime. Then I am going to rotate the number, reverse the number. 73. Is 73 is also prime? Yes. Now it is called as a twisted prime. Okay. If I am going to check is the number is prime or not, then I am going to rotate the number and I am going to check it again. Is it prime or not? Again I am going to check. Okay, simple thing. Okay, very simple thing. First of all, we have to check, is it prime? What is my algorithm here? Check, is it prime? Is it prime? Then only we have to write logic here. Else not prime. Else print not prime. Print not. What is the logic here? If it is prime, I am going to reverse the number and check the reversed number is prime or not. That's it. This is my algorithm. That's it. Check, is it prime? If it is prime, reverse the number, check the reversed number is prime or not. If the number is not prime, I am going to print it is a not prime. That's it, nothing else. This is my algorithm here. Okay, I am going to write in the multi-line comment. This is my algorithm. Okay, every time you have to write your algorithm first. Okay, what is my plan? In what approach I am going to solve this problem? Okay, now I am going to write here hash include stdio.h include stdio.h int main. How many values I am going to read? I am going to read only one value, right? I am going to read only one value. sd comma ampersand num. I am going to read only one value. Now I am going to check if is prime of num. Is it prime? Yes, so I am going to write the logic here. Else, just I am going to print not a prime. That's it. Very simple. If it is prime, main logic is here. If it is prime, what I have to do? I have to reverse the number first of all. Okay, I have to reverse the number. For example, number is equal to reverse of number. I am going to identify like this. I am going to define this. Just observe, this is the function call. What is this function? This is going to be reverse of a number, right? I am going to write here some hash include times.h. Okay, I am going to write one more function, that is reverse of num. Just observe here. Yes, this is the number. This is the name of the function, and only one value I am passing, and one value is returning from the function. Okay, one value is returning from the function. I am going to define here. I am going to write one function that is integer return type, and reverse is the function name, and I am going to write one variable. Okay, int r here, r comma sum is equal to sum reverse is equal to 0, while num reverse of a number program, simple. I think I already discussed about these things. Number mod 10, number is equal to num by 10, then reverse is equal to reverse into 10 plus r. That's it. Then after this I am going to return rev. This is the reverse of a number logic. I think already knows. I think already discussed about this thing. Okay. That's why I'm not wasting the time here. Reverse of a number. Okay. That's it. Here I am coming here. If the number is reversed, then what I have to check is the number is prime or not again. Again I am going to check here is prime of number again. Again I am going to check is the number is prime. If it is prime, then also it is prime, then it is a twisted prime. Twisted prime. Okay, else not a twisted prime. Not a twisted prime. That's it. That's it, nothing else. I am going to execute it. What is that input? 73. 73 is a twisted prime. It's prime and twisted prime. Instead of I am going to write here, I have to print it is prime. I'm going to execute it. Where it is? Sorry. Here 73. It's a prime and a twisted prime. Prime and a twisted prime. For example, I am going to execute it 43. 43 is a prime but not a twisted prime. Why? Because 34 is not prime. 34 is not a prime. For example, 97. Prime and twisted prime. That means 97 is prime and 79 is also prime. Okay. In this way, I am going to execute it. Very simple, right? How many lines the code is? The code is merely 26 lines. But the functionality where it is, we are going to use how many functions we are using here? Is prime of function one time, reverse of a function, and prime again we are using the prime. Totally 3 function calls is there. Totally 3 function calls. This is also function call and this is also function call. There are total 3 function calls are there. All the only is prime and reverse, right? 2 functions. That 2 functions are implemented in primes.h. That's why it is working. How it is working? It is working with primes.h. For example, if I remove this one, I'm going to execute it. Just observe here. Is prime, reverse. The error is there, right? If I'm going to place it, then if I'm going to execute it, it is working. If I'm going to 23, yes, 23 is prime, but 32 is not prime. That's why it is not a twisted prime. Note down.